came in on. I came in on 99. I love everybody in that motherfucking class. Woo! We up.
We good.
Oh shucks! So I can hit the button.
You can hit the button.
Hit the button.
Pause. Where is that?
We good to go. We good to go.
Incriminating.
Can't show up.
Hey, that's why I laughed.
Gotta be careful with this live.
Wait, man.
Hey, nah. Hold on. What I do now?
Statue of limitation.
Hey, Slim,
Statue of
that was
limitation.
hilarious. That was hilarious. Hilarious. So we hot over here, so y'all be careful.
Careful.
We hot over here. While we wait, man, I'm excited to be tuned in. I guess I'm looking at Instagram here, Facebook here. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth. You know, I'm here with the most elegant squads. Squad. Come on around here, B. Come around here, B. We got the root call. What's up, Dr. Dust?
We in here.
I'm kind of whispering. I don't know why.
I don't know why we whispering.
What's up, Rand?
I think we waiting on our live to come. I don't know
We
what we
waiting on their
on.
live. But yeah, we locked and loaded. You know, we here at the underground lab with the root cause. My man Miguel right here. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to come here for this studio right here.
That's right.
My man Frankie over there, man.
I'm in here.
DJ Shane over there. I think I can turn this around without messing something up.
You may be able to. I'm looking at the camera right there.
We hot. What's up?
Yeah, there y'all go. Look
we
at the squad right there.
Did we do the
Hey.
Shane, look, Shane.
What's going on?
Yeah.
did we
So we're gonna have some serious conversations in a minute, man, with them gentlemen right there. And this is what we do, man. I'm excited. How do I turn this around here?
All right, well, whenever you're ready.
We actually are. Hey, we ready?
Hey, Randall, if you still there, Randall, man, look. Don't forget, man, if you need an extra, I can act, man.
gotta wait
Look,
to get that
I got
off.
a lot of free time now. I'm your new best walk-on extra for every movie you got. Remember that. Don't give me no words. Just let me stand there. You see that? Like that. And I got you, man. All right, so who we got on
We
this
get ready to
IG?
start up here in a minute. Getting us together.
Just give it a
Y'all
second.
stay here, man. We're going to have some good conversations.
Stay right here.
What's up, Lexi? I should plug you in real quick so you can give a quick shout out. Let me know if you are able to pop in and tell everybody who you are and what you got going on next election season.
Oh yeah.
While we got a minute.
yeah.
If you still there, you're welcome to do that. Y'all know I don't know how to do all this stuff here, man. I normally come here and ask O to help me with all this stuff here.
You getting good at it, Tramp?
All right, Randall, I see that. I'm serious. Boy, I'm going to be your best extra. Look, the cheapest extra you got. Just pay me in let me see, chicken's cheese steak. Onions.
Onions.
Fried onions. Hey, can I say what the conversation about today, or they gotta wait?
Yeah, go down around it. Go in there. So you already live. Go ahead.
Let's
go
get it there.
So the conversation today is gonna start with Don't Forget Your Father, which is the first book I put together on accident. We explain how that happened on accident once we
Yeah, don't give
get
too
going
many
in the
juices. Just give me a little
conversation.
bit. Give me a little bit.
Then after that, man, I'm quite sure these brothers right here, because of their expertise in the space they in, gonna bring out, conversations on how we all growing and trying to be great and what we all got going on and how your network really is your net worth. And just stay tuned in, man. I tuned in early on purpose. If anybody got any questions, comments, please put it in a comment. Don't send it in a DM or Messenger, because I don't know how to go back and forth on this live.
Right. We don't want to throw nothing off. We don't want to throw nothing off.
Don't mess it up here, man. Just
I'm on the road, man.
And let me slide it. Let me try to let them know.
hey, I appreciate that, young fella. I learned a lot from you too, man.
Look at. We live on YouTube. Like y'all can come in right now on YouTube. Go to the Underground Lab LLC. Y'all see the root cause link and hit it. And we live on there too. Y'all can actually see us cutting up right now before all of this other stuff.
Tell them again.
On the Underground Lab LLC on YouTube, you'll see the live up. We up live right now.
Bet.
And you can comment and chat on that too.
I bet. Oh shucks, the casting director gonna be calling me. Hey, for the film Second Chance Redemption, I'm on it.
There you go.
I'm on it. I drive to wherever you at. I see you be in New York, Philly, LA, don't matter. If it's LA, I'm still driving. So I need about 2-3 days. All right. He said BJ for president. Look, I couldn't do no presidency. I might slip up and say anything. I got to do all local stuff. King Kong ain't got
Shoot program. Be like Kurt Franklin and shit.
Oh man. Wife gonna tell me. Y'all can see my camels out.
Boy, you a fool for that. You was a fool
All
for
the
that.
people that got the sweatpants on there.
Man, if y'all tune in right now on YouTube, y'all gonna laugh at this shot. Nigga. Oh man, they borderline X-rated out this drain.
They got nut shots up there.
Chest up from the waist up, baby, waist up.
Hey, for all those that's in that's into that, man, they got a lot of funny stuff going on.
Don't get your father right there.
What's the name of your company? Frank, what's the name of your Ball Solution?
Ball Solution.
Small solution.
That's the logo.
LLC.
They cutting up early.
All right, stay tuned in. Y'all know we having fun as we get started.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. That's what we do, man. Oh man, that was funny though.
He's crazy.
What's up, Uncle Tony? Boy, you gonna make me cry talking about save your life, man. Now you saved your life. I just was there just looking at you, making sure you ain't deviate. You saved your own life. Bless you, man. Much love. They got to be 3 of the coolest dudes, man. That should be an album cover.
Masturbators.
That was the logo. That was the logo earlier.
The name of the group is Fornicate.
Teran, what's up, baby? Stay tuned
like
in,
the right
man.
time.
We just getting started. I logged in a little early because I know I be messing up on the login.
The album is coming at you.
First thing gonna be do it yourself.
Man, it's all that recording. That's gonna be hilarious. Later on.
It's not gonna be on the podcast. The live, you gonna get everything.
That's gonna be hilarious. Yeah.
The live, they get everything. But that's
What's
why
up, Jaquan?
I want them to see this part for the live.
You definitely should, stay tuned
There we
in,
go.
man. You're gonna like this
There we go.
conversation.
There we go.
Hey, Teran said, "What's the topic?"
Oh man, don't forget your father.
Don't forget your father,
Everything
man.
Page Group, BJ Page.
Don't forget your father.
Slide over a little bit. Can I go now? Can I bring us in? Thank you. All right, what up? What's good? Hey, y'all see us? And for those of y'all hear my voice, y'all know what time it is. It's the Root Cause Podcast. I'm excited as always. It's this season 5, episode 2, and we live. We live on YouTube. Go look at it right now. Some people paying attention. Spread the word. Share the link. All that good stuff. I just put it on my Facebook. I think, Frank, did you share it?
I'm waiting on it.
He waiting on it. He
Waiting on
didn't-
the link.
Just go to YouTube. Don't wait. And
Go to YouTube, and also you can go to the undergroundlab.com.
absolutely.
It's live on the website.
So
Check
look,
it out.
it's gonna be a good
You do that
episode.
first. Yeah.
We actually got two guests today.
Yes, we do.
You know what I'm saying? We got 2 guests. So, fellas, before I ask y'all how y'all doing, let me bring up my first guest. my son Junior. Junior, come on over here, boy. Come here, son. Come on, give my man a round of applause.
Yeah, let's clap it up for the young brother.
Yeah, come on in
through,
here, boy. Come on in here.
Young Brown.
Yeah,
Young
this my
Brown.
guy right here. This my dude. All right, I can see my guy. You know what I'm saying? Say hi to the people, son.
Hey.
What's up, man? You got a joke or something for us today? Go ahead, let the people know what you got. Ask us the questions. Do what you do. Talk right into the mic.
Tell the joke.
Yeah, tell the joke.
What do you call a pile of cats?
What do you call a pile of cats?
A mountain.
My man.
Y'all got dirty minds. I knew what I was
I was almost there.
I know what I wanted to say.
So the talent.
Yeah. What, tell them your TikTok so they can start following you on your TikTok too. What's your TikTok name? You don't even remember your TikTok name?
Hold on, let me go see.
It's
it on
Miguel
my-
Jr. what?
Miguel Jr.
You remember the numbers? I don't remember the numbers.
I think it's 60.
I don't know. Go find the numbers and you can come back and I'll tell them real quick while we find it out.
And we're going to put it in the little
We're gonna
description.
put it in the
down
description,
below,
all
too,
that
man.
other stuff. So my guys,
Hey,
Frank, what's good? How you feeling, baby?
I'm just really happy to be here, man. We here with a special guest. I'm here with my brothers. I also got my son here today too, running the boards.
Oh, man, we out here. It's family thing.
You know, it's just a good day, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a good day, and I feel good.
For sure. DJ,
Man, you know me, staying light skinned, you know, grinding.
I'm going to fight him because he literally put the mic right up in his face. Look. You see what the mic is in his face? Like, you get...
Shout out, these are good looking brothers. I'm the ugliest one here.
Go ahead.
Shout out to all the ugly dudes out there that know they
You
ugly.
be faking.
You know, the word handsome is overrated. There's a lot of dudes out here that's ugly and think they handsome.
That's right.
It is. That's a fact.
Just because you grew a beard and went to the gym, you're still ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It is.
Shake that
It
thing
is.
off, see what happens.
So, guest number 2. This is a DMV all star right here. This PG County celebrity, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, this my guy right here. It's brother from another mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we the same skin complexion and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He
Waffle color.
all of that.
Waffle.
You know what I'm saying? He do. He do. He used the little phone brush. He spin that jump real good. Wifey made sure. Shout out to wifey.
Her seat was up
Oh
there.
man, what?
We're not talking about that.
Mika, where you at?
Miss Page.
We had a whole chair
And
up there.
refreshments.
We got continental. We
They
never
brought
got
a
continental
breakfast,
breakfast.
baby, and she ain't even here.
She ain't even here. Come on over here. Tell us.
Somebody
Let's,
tag
come on.
Mika real quick.
Tag Mika so she can see. Yes, we are cutting up on you, Mika. We love you. Well, we got a message. I know you're gonna get us later on. Back, son, back. What's the TikTok boy? Tell him loud. Say it loud.
Miguel Jr. 092.
Miguel Jr. 092. Go follow my man. He be doing everything on there.
I saw
Dancing,
by the pool.
ASMRs. That's not no freak stuff. That's the thing people be doing to help you sleep or something like that.
I see love of the Bruno Mars song.
Yeah.
My man be
yeah.
grooving
He
by the
gets it
pool.
in. He gets it in. No, he get that from his daddy because his
Yeah.
mama can't dance. But don't let her know I told her that. So it's all good. It's all good. So, like I said, we got our guy BJ in here, and we gonna talk about his book. Don't forget your fathers, and we're gonna get into some more stuff. They still BJ and O back there with BJ. What's good, baby? Talk to us.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, family? What's going on? So, if those was listening earlier, especially on the live piece, man, I said, I don't know how to do none of this without O help. O over there trying to tell me, copy and paste. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. But yeah, I'm excited, man. What's happening, man? Always a pleasure to see all of y'all, man.
Yeah.
We actually, see each other outside of this setting and talk to each other outside of this setting.
For sure.
Often. But we need to do it more. But so this is fun, man. Let's do it. I'm excited.
And he is in the room with us. It's just we got things set up so nice that y'all thought he was at home or something. That's not his brick wall. That's our brick wall. That's the last wall right there.
But we also want to give him some background information on.
Yeah,
on-
absolutely.
on-
That's
on-
why
on
we got
Brother
you.
Page,
That's
know
why
what
we
I'm
got you here.
No.
Because that phone been hot and ready in your hand. So go ahead, logistics. Let them know what's about.
For those that don't know Mr. Page, he's a PG native.
Yeah.
He's a motivational speaker, a career counselor,
Workforce development, same
yeah,
thing. Go ahead.
developer and new author.
Yeah.
And so we here to really promote all of those trades and things that he have in his toolbox for our community.
For sure.
Also, community activist. He's deep in the community. What he can do, he will do.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, welcome, brother.
Man, thank you, man. I might steal that. What I can do, I will do.
Hey, that's another shirt right
But
there.
if he can't do it, he gonna connect you to somebody who can.
He will
The
do
network
that.
is your
Definitely
network.
will.
You better say it, then.
That's
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's get into this. Wait a minute. Before we get into this, we got a lot of things popping off. DJ Shane.
Yes, sir.
What's up with that heat this week, baby? What we got?
I got you.
DJ Shane.
I know one thing. This list better be fire.
Yeah. Time for that heavy rotation. Actually, I'm gonna just give you. I got something else to get to. One album this week. I mean, really, when Nas dropped, what else is there?
Yeah. What else you gonna say?
Yeah, that King's Disease 2. Fire.
Slim. The jump with him and Lauryn Hill.
And Lauryn Hill rapping.
Hey, and she rapping, not singing, and that her verse crushed it. That
She
joke
said, I'm
sick.
out here saving lives. Y'all worried about it from late.
Man.
Yeah.
That's my music right there.
I gotta get up on it.
And the EPMD 2 joint, he got EPMD and Eminem.
And Eminem on there. That joke sweet.
Fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
It's a whole. That's on a whole vibe, man. Like I feel like it's just it's a whole vibe.
It's grown man.
Grown man, laid back with the Cavassier whiskey in the glass, with that hot smelling essence, Vaseline. I about to say something else in the back. It's just a whole cool vibe, man. Like
And the cool thing is to see the artists that we grew up with get older and not try to make young music. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay in your lane and make the music that fits who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's fire.
Yeah.
It's fire.
definitely that.
Second thing I gotta get to, I'm a Miguel. No, I'm a big Florida State fan.
Okay.
Bobby Bowden passed away, 91 years old. Yeah. If I've been a fan of Florida State since Prime was there.
Okay.
Actually, that what got me into rocking with Florida State, and Prime put out something, that was like probably his favorite coach because he bred him to the whole Prime persona, and Bobby Bowden let him be Prime time. You know what I'm saying? So, man, Bobby Bowden, definitely salute to him.
Shout out.
RIP, prayers to his family and everything. Big impact on Florida State and college football. So yeah. And, did y'all see Edgerrin James' Hall of Fame speech last night? Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right, okay.
Because on his bus is his actual dreads are on his bus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So he said, I'm in the Hall of Fame, for everybody who look like me, who got judged.
Okay.
It's check
That's
his
what's up,
Hall
yo.
of Fame speech out.
Look that up.
So before we go good, I still want to stay a little ignorant. Did we talk about the verses, the locks?
Oh,
Well, I'm about to say we need to talk about it
I mean,
right
we
now.
got
again.
to
I mean-
get that in, especially with my brother here.
My man, I almost said it was Jada showed out.
Yeah.
It was
Jada.
It was Jada versus Dipset.
Everybody.
Versus everybody.
Yeah. But the key to me to that versus, which, I hope people point out, of course the locks was Rough Riders and all that, but their showmanship and being on point, that's Diddy.
That won everything.
Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like how they was prepared, how even down to the drops that they were doing, how, they would come in on certain songs. They already knew what Dipset was going to come with. That's Diddy. Like I said, once they were who they were, they went to Rough Riders, but Diddy groomed
Oh
them
yeah,
people.
absolutely.
And the cool thing about making a band, you saw how Diddy makes people put in that work. And it's a reason why you can't skip that step of putting in work. You know what I'm saying?
showmanship,
But yeah,
I agree with that
was-
150%.
Yeah.
150%.
So does showmanship beat the lyrics? I mean, did it beat like
But they had everything. They had
the
lyrics.
whole package, huh?
They had showmanship was
Stage
probably
presence and everything.
showmanship was what Dipset tried to do.
Okay.
With the props and the swag. The locks came with them bars.
Preparation.
Yeah, they was prepared. You could tell they practiced.
They threw Joel
With-
Santana
with their
headband
DJ.
down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And their lineup was wild as if you, like Shane said, if you really paid attention, they had the lineups ready on whatever they was going to do. Like, it's, like if you, the one part that was funny that's to what Shane just said is when Joel tried to say they ain't got no songs for the ladies.
Yeah.
That wasn't the next song that they was gonna do, but the DJ knew, they knew it was all preparation. Like as soon as they say something about that,
Got
give
it.
them 5
Yeah,
of them back.
yeah.
When they said we ain't got no joints from Sheik,
Bingo,
with the,
right to back.
with
Right.
the Reservoir
Yeah,
Dogs.
yeah,
Preparation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I am convinced that Jay-Z is the king of New York because
Absolutely.
prior to them coming out, you know, they had to. The DJ had. He said, "I'm here just to test the temperature in the room." And so he went through a list of artists. But I noticed every time he played Jay-Z, it was like to calm to unite everybody. You play 50. He said, "Oh, this is hip hop." You go back. This is Jay-Z, New York. New. So I'm convinced that Jay-Z is like the king of New York, man.
Oh,
And I thought
yeah.
that was smart, that way that the DJ did
Hey, man,
in the beginning, yo.
Yeah. He played into that too. So like
Oh,
that,
man.
letting that Jay-Z ride like that, the
Man.
way he did, hey, Slim, he got
Ain't
he
no
got-
denying that,
he
though.
set
Man.
yeah, it's no denying that, no
denying
whatsoever.
And the cool thing about Hov, which makes you a king, is that you don't have to say you the king.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see Hov on Instagram and, you know, doing all, but people give him his respect.
But one thing I will say is that Dipset was like almost too cool for school, right? Where Jay-Z is normally too cool for school too, but he gets it, he get over. You know what I'm saying? Not only does his showmanship, but he gets the crowd hype. Where Dipset, I think they kind of lost because they was just like that fam. I'm just too cool. Where the Locks was just, it was out there with it.
No, I won't even say they were too cool. They just knew that they couldn't. Once they realized it was the Jada show and not the Lock show, they knew they
They
lost.
start falling off stage and all kind of shit.
You ain't catch Jada saying the fight is fixed after every song. I'm gonna show you in a minute. And like on Chic verse and Styles P verse, if you pay attention, he pulled a Will Smith.
Yeah,
He was just I'm talking about Kiss. He was rapping their verse.
yeah, yeah.
Like Will Smith said when he was acting, he knew everybody.
He knew everybody.
That's how he was doing theirs. Like, look, we gonna win this.
Yeah.
Ain't no L.
Nope.
This New York, we ain't losing.
There we go.
Yeah,
No,
so
he
I
did.
love that.
Who was it that was called the fat guy from Drew Hill?
Freaky.
Like the fat guy from Drew Hill.
And that's what he was looking like.
Yeah,
He
looked
just collecting the check.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He looked just like that too. Yeah, Joe, that Locks, you just seen, like you said, that experience. Not even just their preparation. Everything they've done up until this point was preparation for them to do what they did out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we talked about this, saying that you seen the group, you seen LOX, you seen them as a group and what they do. Dipset, even though they a group, but they not a group. You know what I'm saying? They got it's more individuality in there, more so than them as the Diplomats. You know what I'm saying? What they do in Dipset and what they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you seen the difference in that, and that it showed it out. Man. It definitely showed it
Doc
out.
said something we forgot. All us forgot. What's up, Doc? Doc said they the Locks rapped over the instrumentals and Dipset was forgetting their lyrics.
Lyrics, yeah.
And somebody else said, I'm gonna say who it is. Said, why Miguel got on sunglasses?
Y'all don't see this bright ass light in my face. I had a good night last night. Get y'all. I take them off. Y'all want to see the fit.
Keep him on.
Hey, B, talking to the mic for us a little bit.
Two.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot what I was here. I said I was chilling with the fellas.
I know that the Locks were called side bitches though too. Doing that versus, you know, Dipset called them some, man, y'all the perfect side bitches.
Hey, they did.
Side
they did.
dishes.
Yeah,
Side dishes. He said side dishes. Saying that they want.
Yeah, Frank
Yeah.
like that.
Hey, Frank gave him something else.
side bitches. You know,
Nah, he was saying that they ain't got no original hits.
yeah,
And they always.
The cool thing about the Locks, if you notice, like, of course, if you follow Dipset, you know that, like, there was a time where, like, Jimmy and Can, they had their public feud and all that.
Yeah.
If you've been around your people for years, y'all done had some disagreements or whatever. You never seen the Locks joint public.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Jada, my man, you ain't see him on IG talking trash back and forth. Styles was like, I got that. So when Jada came out, if you know, he ain't say nothing
He
on the
ain't say
gram.
none
or
of that.
nothing. But he came to the show. You know, so all that gramming and Chris, they ain't once it was showtime, all that ain't mean nothing.
And like I said, I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is Jada's second round. You know, so this is round
Yeah,
two
you
for him.
said that we talked.
And he wasn't
versus.
drinking.
Yep.
The first
At all.
joint he was drinking.
And he told you he was on the Adderall. He told you he was focused.
Yeah.
Juicing.
he
He had
told
Oh,
no
you.
drink this time.
Yep.
Yeah. Slim.
He wasn't losing.
Not at all. That all good
That's
shit.
That's a good. We're gonna use that later. He just wasn't.
Wasn't losing.
He learned from the first time. Said, I ain't know I'm not losing this.
There
one.
we go.
Yeah. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. Do what I know I can do. Ooh, he cranked him.
That's why he's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
out of them, Joe.
Punish them people.
We got any more announcements, brother?
Let's keep it moving.
Hey.
Let's get into this. Lead the show. 'Cause I know you got your notes and everything, man. What you
Well,
got?
before that, let's get into the 301 nutrition spot.
Let's get into the 301 nutrition spot.
Go and give it to him, brother.
You always make me get a
I
301
love it when you
nutrition
do it,
spot.
man. I love it when you do it. Go
I
ahead and
don't
give it to
have
him.
my notes no more on the 301
worry
nutrition
about it,
spot.
man.
Hey, look, because I know Frank got it. Listen, 301 nutrition spot, our sponsors. We love them. Hey, look, you trying to be healthy. Everything you need for your body, your mind, body, and soul. You can go down there to the 301 nutrition spot and get you a good little smoothie. They even got healthy coffee drinks and everything, man. Like it's great. It's good. It's go down smooth. It don't come up rough.
Pause.
And that's the key. You don't want no rough coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it definitely the different drinks that they have definitely over time, because everybody look for immediate situation, does help with clarity and things like that. I love it.
Hey, I second that, man. The Underground Lab took me out there.
Okay.
And I'm hooked. So
There we go.
they got me wanting to do what they got. I want to do a 301 nutrition and bring it to Marlboro Pike.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. We gotta get a little
They
bit closer.
inspired me.
Yeah,
But I second that.
They got a weight room in the back, too.
Oh, yeah.
The ladies there are wonderful.
Yes.
They'll educate you on what you need to do. They hold events there, pop-up shops, the
Yep.
whole nine. DJ
Yep.
Shane's been there a couple times, too.
Yeah, we did our wine tasting.
Wine, do the wine. do
Shout
the
out
wine.
Miss D. She's dope. She's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
You want to look the opposite of me? Go to the 301 Nutrition Spot.
That boy's stupid, man.
9542 Crane Highway, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. You
that?
won't look like me.
That boy's
There you
stupid.
go.
So let's get into it. Mr. Page, bro.
What's happening?
going on?
Locked and loaded, baby.
Don't forget your father.
Don't forget your father.
First book.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Man, you know what? From a dude who traditionally really didn't read books. I used to read till I got what I needed and then roll out. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal because now I'm asking people to do something that I wasn't consistently doing, if that makes sense.
It absolutely makes
Yeah.
sense because I'm like that. I think they call it like selective reading.
That's exactly what it's called.
Once you get what you want out of it, you don't go
Yeah.
like you might go back to it later
Yeah.
on, but you don't pick it back up. Boy, sometimes I got 1,000 books. I probably ain't finished all of them.
Yeah.
Because once I get to a certain point, when I get what I want out of it, I don't pick the jump back up no more.
But what's vicious about that from a dude I'm a heavy competitor. Like, I like competition. Like, if we go to the court right now, I'm sweating because I'm going to whoop all three of y'all.
You definitely gonna win.
But no, the point of that is that's the competition part in me. So I'm like, well, how can I get somebody to do what I didn't do?
Right.
Like, what can I do in my book to capture Frank to go from page 1 to the end? Yeah. So that's the fun part.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I call that taking the meat and throwing away the bones.
Okay.
You know,
So,
what I'm saying?
I
Just
got you.
take what you need and leave the rest behind. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. So what was the motivation behind you writing your book, yo?
Man, so for some background, if any of the listeners don't know, and I'm sure they don't, because I'm talking to mine who know, but Underground Lab and the root cause, y'all people might not know. So I started a nonprofit about 10 years ago called Boys to Bow Ties.
There we go.
It was for the young men, helping them grow. And it was pretty successful for what I think success is. We was helping some youngers grow literally from boys to men. And in that process, I learned that I was great at it. So I would help little Frankie go succeed, go to college, go own his own business, go to the league, right? Whatever it is for you. And I communicated well with them. What I found was my kids, shout out to 99J, who's now 19 and 20, when they was like 15, 16, I found that my communication with them wasn't like I wanted it to be. And I'm like, hold up, man, not me. Not the dude that got all the communication skills, effective communication with my kids. I always speak that in the household. Meek know that. Shout out to my wife, Meek. So effective communication. And even though I was communicating effectively to my kids, I wasn't getting it back. So I'm like, man, what is it? So I would talk to them, and they really didn't have a straight answer. They was like, no, we cool. Like, and I'm good. I'm like, no, y'all not cool because y'all talking to everybody else on your phone. You ain't talking to Pops, and I'm right here. So that's where it clicked, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show them how easy it is to show your loved ones, especially people who taking care of you and people that you love, that you know, family, or even if it's family, friends that become family, that 2 minutes, I can shoot you a quick text because you're on your phone anyway, just to say, what's up, I love you, or just checking in. And they laughed at it, right? So it was like I wasn't going to do it. I'm like, damn, that ain't competition. Remember that, right? Like, oh, you think it's a game. So for 365 days straight, and I didn't send it as a group because I wanted their personalized response. I sent both of them a text every morning. I said, put it in my phone. It's still in my phone, y'all. And this is 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, almost 5. To send them a text every morning. Send them a text. So I did that, man, and probably by month 2, I realized that even if some of the days they didn't respond back, they would come and have conversations.
Gotcha.
So they realized that I'm gonna do it. So them 2 months, 3 months turned into a year. I never missed a day. I actually went longer than a year. And I kept, because I try to stay organized, I kept some of them quotes. And y'all might see some of y'all quotes in there because they wasn't all mine. You know, probably, I would say about 20% might be mine physically. And then the other was just me grabbing. But I kept all of them and didn't know why, in order. And just last year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn this to a quick book.
There you go.
A self-help book. And in that book, man, my challenge, even I told all 3 of y'all and what I gave y'all, my challenge is for other parents, not just fathers, to do the same.
Yes.
Because often we forget about our fathers. And I think my kids was forgetting about me right in front of my face.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a tough one as a father.
Yeah.
And so I feel for my father, and because I've been there, where it's like life has been busy, and as a man, you say, well, man, he could take care of himself, this, that, and the other. But we've had those conversations. So right now, myself, my son, and my father are doing the book. We're going through the book day by day. We don't necessarily have the conversations day by day, but every once in a while, I will catch a question from Frankie. He might say, okay, well, Dad, what does this mean? What do you think about that? And so we'll have a dialogue.
Boy, you gave me chills, man. But that's what it's about.
But it's important, and I'm surprised because my father's not that tight. But because of the transition he's going through, extreme times call for extreme measures. And this is right on time, brother. So he's enjoying it also. So I recommend fathers get out there with your sons, no matter what age they are, as long as they can read. You guys go through the book. Let's go over some of your favorite quotes from the book, man.
You want to talk about my favorite quote?
Yeah, there you go. Because I got a few of my own too.
Yeah.
That I truly appreciate, and I think as my son, he's 17, and I have another one that's coming behind him that's 9. It gives them tidbits for life. One of the ones that I like is day number 52 that says, "People leave you in the cold, but act funny when you learn to warm up on your own."
That's one of yours? That's one of
Do
yours?
it sound like a joke?
That sound like that might be one of yours.
Though, that is.
That sound like that's one of my mans right there.
Go a little bit into detail about why you chose to put something like that in the book.
So I'm gonna be transparent. I wish I can tell you what I felt that day when I did that, right? But I can tell you what my vision was. We go through patches in life, and this deep, man. This might bring a little, not tears, but a little,
This the root cause, baby. This is what we do.
But we go through patches in life, and all 4 of us been through a patch of this same thing because we talk, right? Where you feel alone, Joe. Like, regardless of how good you think things are, you feel alone. And that time where you feel alone, sometimes you can feel like, is this a cold shoulder? Is people disrespect me? Or you trying to encourage me? Or you left me? Or what? You like, man, where my homies at? Where everybody? But it's not even that, So them cold moments, sometimes it ain't always what we think.
There we go.
So you got to take that and really say, you know what, this is a growth opportunity. Things grow in warmth. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that to just now. But that growth moment sometimes is where you need to really soil yourself in, appreciate it, really sit there and in that moment and say, man, it's growth time. And I'm going through that again now, and I appreciate it. That's why I said it was going to bring a little teary moment to me, because I done been through this before, and that's fun too. Because when you've been through something before, it's like, all right, I know this feeling. Yeah, I know this. So I'm going through that now, Joe.
But
hold on.
Go ahead.
Because I believe in giving people their roses while they here.
Yeah.
Like you said, your net worth is your net worth. And back to that quote, people love to tell you what they do for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times as you grow, it's interesting how you find the people that's meant to be for you. Because they'll remind you, like let's say you achieve some accolade. They'll remind you what they did to help you get there. But the people that's there for you, they don't keep no
That's
receipts.
good.
They just happy that you made it.
That's good,
You know
Slim.
what I'm saying?
That's good.
And I remember doing the book bag joint.
Uh,
Something I never did before. Scared as hell. And I was actually, bringing the fellas into it and hoping like somebody else would kind of take the reins because I never done it before. And B was like, nah, this you, player.
Yep.
He famous for that one.
Remember that.
And he gave me all the tools I needed, but because I never executed, you know what I'm saying, I was, nervous about it. And he was like, nah, this you, and everybody, I'm the last one to take credit for anything. Right. And that's just my spirit because I don't think I'm not that good. I'm not all that. So
you are.
appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, all the time, though.
When we got to the point of where we did it, like, I'm shouting out, man, this person did this person did that, because I wouldn't have been in that position without, even if it was the moment, in the process of the conversations, like, nah, you got this. You know what I'm saying? And, the brothers that were there for me, you guys was like, nah, because I'm trying to give y'all flowers of what y'all did for me, and help facilitate. And y'all like, nah, this you. So that's just a reminder, because like I said, the people that's not really meant to be, you can't take everybody with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The people that want to remind you what they did for you to get there, they didn't do it for you. They did to come with you.
They false flagging.
Right. Yeah.
I want to connect that to the next one, and that was right on time. It says, be a good person, but don't waste time proving it. And so that
That ain't
spoke
mine.
to exactly what you just said. And that's in the book.
Say it again.
It says, be a good person, but don't waste time proving it.
Don't waste time proving.
So before you BJ, telling people what y'all don't understand is the book is just not these quotes and you just go to the next one. It's a whole spot on on each page
for you to write.
for you to write.
I forgot. Thank you.
And that's
bro.
a powerful part about
Yeah.
that part. That's one thing that keeps people involved and engaged into it. And then more importantly, that's what helps you remember these quotes. Because now you read it and then it makes you, all right, I gotta sit down. What does this mean to me? You know what I'm saying? And you might not even get nothing right away, but then you might go throughout your day and something happened,
And
and
go
you
back,
can relate
da,
it,
da, da.
and then you could go back and write it. You write it, you know what I'm saying? That's how some people learn anyway. Like not just reading it, but I gotta be active with it too, so you can apply these things. So that's why, like you said, you doing it with Pops and Lil Frank. That's good, cause all of y'all writing. Everybody, even if y'all don't talk every day, everybody doing something with it. Like I don't care, my boys 10 and 8. We about to do this. You know what I'm saying?
MB,
And I
that's
just
powerful,
talk
man.
with
I'm so glad he said that, man. So thank you, man. That's what the book really is about. So that note part after every day is in the book is a section like MB just said where you write your feelings. Well, what happened that day or what that made, what triggered once you read it. Here's the vicious part though, MB. When you write that joint and you give it to whoever, your son, your daughter, your spouse, your cousin, you are a part of you're a living legend, because that book can last forever. It can go to your grandkids, your great grandkids, and they can see how Pop was thinking when he read this quote.
Yeah.
And that's the vicious part, man. And because somebody asked me like, why would you do the book like that? I'm like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like,
It's another way
it's
to
a self-help
It's
book.
self-help. It's a self-help workbook. Like,
Yeah.
why not? Like, I'd appreciate it because we didn't read tons of self-help books.
Yeah.
But, and then you got some authors that you got the whole book, and then they got a workbook to go with it.
Yeah.
And you got to do, we like, hey, keep it simple. I got both
Keep it
of them
super
all in
simple,
one.
stupid.
I don't need, right, keep it simple, stupid. I can do it all right here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And I don't like, that make me think, just so you know, because the Midweek Medicine podcast started this week. So you going to hear a couple of these right
There you go.
across,
Yeah.
just so you know what I'm saying? Just so you know.
They ain't mine, Joe. The ones that's mine just give me $5.
This is another great way to pass on perspective. I like the way that the book is designed and all that because
sexy.
it reminds me of like the Bible, you know. So
That's the look I stole.
so the Bible is it translates to everyone different, you know. So where you may actually think that Adam and Eve bit off an apple or whatever the case is, it may translate to me as something totally different. So each and every quote that is in the book, and then you need to go and journal. Frank may have a different perspective than I do. My father may have a different perspective than I do, and I think it's great to share those things because if I walk around the world just with my thought process, that's black and white thinking. You know what I'm saying? When the world is not black and white at all. You know what I'm saying? It's that you got a lot of gray area all over the place, and to hear each other, you know, and sometimes it's hard to hear each other. You know, here, take that. This is what I was thinking during the time I read that book. Excellent job, brother.
Thank you, man.
Excellent
Thank
job.
you.
Another one for me has to do with you have to be sure to be silent in order to listen, right?
Woo-hoo.
Notice
Woo-hoo.
they're spelled with the same letters.
Thank you.
Silent and listen are spelled, they all have the same letters in it. You have to be silent to listen. And when I think of silent, not only do I not think of silent being vocal, but silent here in your head. You know, shut it down and hear everything objectively. So don't judge it, just hear it and take it in and then respond to it. You know, so those are some of my favorites in the book so far.
I like that one. So we all heard this one. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So that just let that soak in. If ain't nobody heard that, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So what happens? I think we just talked about this. Me and Frankie did. So everybody when they see me and they whether they heard about me or they first meet me, they assume that I'm gonna come in rah E.T. You know, that's what they assume that my personality is. But I'd rather be the dude that come in and really listen to everybody what they got to say, and then drop my piece and listen again. Like I got more of a Will Smith style than an E.T. style, right? If anybody familiar with the two of them. So I love listening, Joe. Like, and I think it's because I used to talk too much. Or I know that if I start talking like I'm about to start now, I talk too much. So I quote myself years ago, like, man, you got to be a better listener. And if you are a true effective communicator, the best part to do is listen. Yeah. That's why I had you repeat the joint again so I can really hear what you said. And it was in my book. I'm like, let me say that again. Yeah. It wasn't for the people. It was for me because I had to really hear that.
There you go.
So you gotta be a listener, man.
But that's your intention.
Yeah.
People who intention to talk typically make whatever it is about them.
Yeah.
But people who intention to help actually listen to see how they can help.
Yeah. You know that's our word, man. That's me and my wife, Meek. That's our word. Help. You know, everything that we do is revolved around help. Yeah. I don't care how you look at it, everything, how you spin it, it's all revolved around help.
This is true, people.
So I don't know how like one, and this just we got to be transparent. We're gonna act like the cameras ain't here.
There we go.
I don't see how some people can hate on somebody like all 4 of us. Like I know pure heartedly that all of us, including my wife, so 5, is strictly about help. Yeah. And if it don't look like the help that one want to see, that don't mean that it ain't that. That don't mean that it ain't help. So for any haters out there, man, thanks for listening. But just know that everybody here is strictly about help. Yeah.
Speaking of the wife, though, shout out to her. Though. Like, what for you in your purpose and your path, and you know when you at, how much easier do you think it is knowing that you got a partner that is right in the line with that? You see what I'm saying? Because I know you could be with somebody that opposite of that might not support it all the way. I'm like, yeah, okay, do your little thing. You know, I hate when they throw little on there. Like, don't downplay me. You know what I'm saying? But
Pin that for later. We're gonna talk
right,
about that
right.
later.
But the fact that you got Mika by your side, and like you said, y'all are on the same level in terms of the help that y'all put out, your community efforts, your personal efforts, the motivation, and all that stuff. What's that like? Like, for example, like you going through the whole process with the book. How many times did she had to make sure you stayed on top of what you was doing for this book to get out?
Man, first off, man, she the boss.
Absolutely,
Flat out.
If you know Mika, you know that. That's
you
very
scratching my head over here. She the boss. I know I couldn't be doing none of this, what I'm doing today, or where I'm going without somebody like her, like you just said. So shout out to my baby. But I don't think it can be done on a high level without. If you think about the most successful people in life, whether male or female, right? They got a partner.
Yeah.
A partner that's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they was already successful. Look at Beyonce and Jay. They was already successful individually. But they couldn't have got no higher. Like some people say their relationship was scripted for what you for exactly what MB talking about. Because once they got together and they had the support, you had the proper support, the organic support, you elevate. And you know what? So to answer that, man, I don't think I could be doing none of this on the level I'm doing or where I'm going without the support of her. As a matter of fact, to me, it's impossible. It's impossible because otherwise you're going to be missing something and searching for something at the same time. So I would have a gap where I know I can grow, or I need that input, or I need that support, or I need, and it ain't the need. And I'm looking, then I'm trying to help the world, but I'm trying to find what's missing, that piece. So I'm thankful to God, man, that piece is there. And I want to add to that. And the reason why it's so easy is it's friends. You got to be friends first before anything else. Like you can't be mad at your best friend. Right. You know what I mean? Like we got homies that done us dirty. That's our best friends. And you be like, Slim, that's messed up. You did that, man. Come on, let's go get a drink.
Right.
We do that easy with our men.
Yeah.
We supposed to do that the same thing with our ladies. Like, man, that's messed up what you did, Meek. Come on, let's go get something to eat.
There we go.
Get over it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's powerful, brother. Speaking of the Page Group, where did all this start? Like, you guys weren't born with this.
Mm-mm.
You know, just the want to spread love and to show love when we live in a culture now that speaks against the union that you guys have, that speaks against marriage and speaks against. We live in a time now where it's about the feminist thing is thrown out there a lot. The thing with
individuality.
Yeah,
I would hate to be dating right now.
Right,
Joe.
yeah, but
Me either.
so like for yourself, where did all this start in wanting to help folks, wanting to be an activist, and we want to get into some of your other initiatives too. But
when your superpower kick in? That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Because I know when mine kicked in.
Yeah.
I didn't always want to do what I do.
Yeah.
So I know when mine kicked in, I had to go through something first.
Yeah.
So when the superpower,
Exhausted.
When did you start applying pressure? Because I think a lot of times we build up so much pressure, but we actually don't even apply it to whatever we need to apply it to. So when did y'all start applying pressure?
No funny on this. How much time we got?
Let's go.
I'm serious.
I always say this. Like some people are like, oh, it should only be this long. It should be. If people want to hear what you got to say, it don't matter how. Like, it's a reason why we used to we used to be in church for 3 hours.
Yeah, because
You wanna hear what the
you
pastor
got to
got
keep
say.
going. Yeah,
You want to hear it.
I was
Yeah.
not
You know what I'm
waiting to
saying?
get the hell out. I fell
I'm ready to
asleep.
go.
Wake that young man up.
We got to the
Oh,
point.
Catholics get
That's
to
funny.
it. I call them up downs. You do a couple up downs.
That's funny
You
stuff.
go Neil Jones.
That's
You know,
funny
juice.
stuff.
Zilla juice. Get
That's
out of
funny.
here.
That's funny. Man, so I think it started before me, man. And they used to call my father preach, so that's funny. Just hear you say that. There's a shout out to Pops too. But growing up, man, I think it started way back then, and I ain't even know it. So the only person that can relate to that in this room is Shane, because he was in school with me, right? But I think it started in like middle school. Everything I did was revolved around help back then. Somebody needed help with their work. I'm just like, here, look at my little take my paper. Somebody needed help on the court. I'm like, man, come on, we're gonna practice later on.
That's what the wife say about you all the time.
For real.
Yeah, Joe.
See, and
Somebody needed help with a
She's like
fight.
me and BJ
like,
go.
that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, go ahead, keep getting to it then. Let's hear it. Let's get to it.
Shane said somebody needed help with a fight. So I was always helping people. Like, you ain't gonna do that to Slim. He ain't even built like that. You're not gonna fight him. So I would always defend people. So that got me expelled from PG County Public School. Defending somebody else that didn't even matter, flat out.
Wow.
So I got expelled from PG County Public School. Then I went to check in at HD and got expelled the same day.
The same day.
Yeah, that really wasn't about help. That was more of a defense mechanism because they called me the Maryland Bama. And the Maryland Bama
Yeah.
spent his whole life next door to HD.
Yeah.
Brenda, shout out to Brenda. So you might have thought I was a Maryland Bama until you got that. So I got expelled from DC public schools, man, and I ended up having to drive from Forestville to Gaithersburg,
Wow.
where my father was at, whom I didn't have a relationship with, who I didn't grow up with, who I didn't spend a lot of time with. I think up until that point, I might have spent a total of a couple weeks, my entire life, up until 17 years old, with my father. A total, maybe 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks. So I went out there, man, and, me and him got in a fight because I thought I was grown. And FYI, we super close today. Bama called me all day long. Oh, my God. He probably watching the live and laughing. But I ended up fighting him, and I left his house and lived with a stranger out Gaithersburg who I just met less than 2 or 3 months to graduate on time. And I learned back then, like, it's different out here, man. This high school look like it's bigger than PG. It's like Bowie State out here. And this is a high school. So I ended up, losing all scholarships that I had for football, and I went to the military. It's funny how life follows you sometimes if you don't have the right guidance. So be thankful for the guidance that you have. If you don't have the right guidance, life sometimes follows you, and that can be good or bad. Mine just happened to be bad. So I went to the military, and I'm still in defense mode trying to help everybody. In me trying to help everybody, I got locked up and kicked out the United States Air Force, right? So and my son was born around that time. So as I'm getting kicked out, I'm coming home with double PTSD. So, I got PTSD from the military and I got PTSD from jail. I came straight from both to home, right? Yeah. But I got this child, and I'm trying to find my life. Like, what do you do? So I took an initiative. I started trying to, I done had every job you can think of. Literally, bro. Literally, from selling cars, washing the gas, to hotel industry, apartments. I was the manager at Precision Tune on Marlboro Pike. And just think about all them type of jobs, right? A grocery store manager for Save-A-Lot when it opened on Marlboro Pike. Everything on the Pike. That's crazy. So what I learned back then is that, man, I'm getting all these jobs, learning all these different crafts, not because I'm good at it, but I'm helping people every day. And people are now helping me because I'm positive and just trying to grow. So I fell into the space of what they call workforce development. For those who don't understand what that is, workforce development is helping people find jobs. And I fell into that because of Boys with Bow Ties. Yeah. So I started helping all the youngest. I'm trying to get us a grant at this organization in PG County. I almost said it. And as I'm trying to get the grant, I can say it because I ended up working there at EDC, Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. As I'm trying to sell Boys with Bow Ties, the dude looked at me and was like, man, you want a job? I'm like, yeah. So that job was in workforce development, helping people find jobs. So I hope that really answered like how I fell into what help is, and that's how I fell into all of that, bro.
The funny thing about this, and if you, like you said, just right now, if you kind of self-evaluate, you just look at everything you went through, right? You ain't fall into it. It's been there the whole time. It's just, like you said, you ain't had the right guidance in what it is that you were supposed to have been doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if anybody, I think your walk had to be the walk that it was.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you ended up in all, look where you at now. Like, you a big representation of what we call the DMV. I don't know what your touches is in the actual Virginia space, but you done been all over Maryland. You done been in D.C., you done experienced life in what it looked like in PG County, what it look like here, what it look like out in Mo County. Then you go to the Air Force and you got your situations there. It all played a part into the grand scheme of the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody else could have did what you did the way that you did it and how you had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people always like, man, I don't know how you, like just being married. Like I don't know how you do it because I couldn't. And I'd be like, you right, you couldn't.
You couldn't. Yeah.
That's not your walk. There's no way you could. You couldn't be with my wife.
Yeah.
You couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know
Right?
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I might get a shirt with that one.
And it's the same. It's the same
Psych
thing.
boo, psych
Like, your
boo,
walk
psych
is your
boo.
walk. Like I didn't know that I was going to speak or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? My mother's a pastor. Some people would call me a pastor. I'm like, no, don't call me that. I don't want that title. You know what I'm saying?
Yet.
And I like this. People, you know what I'm saying? They say Jesus didn't get into his calling until he was 30. Well, I didn't get into mine until I was 30. That's when I went through everything, got the DUI and all that other stuff. And I wouldn't change not a thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that helped me. That was the pressure I need to help me get to where I'm at and understand what my gift was, what my gift really was. And then when I evaluate and you look back through them, like, it's always been this leadership role.
Yeah.
I've always been out front.
Yeah.
I've always been the one talking. I always been thrown in situations where I got to think on my feet. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff play a part and to add to it. So it's actually, when you really, I mean, I think we all purpose for something. Like our life is just purpose. But when your calling is on you, it's just
Can't
a
run
matter
from it.
of finding the space in it. Because you don't know the call. At 17, you don't know how that look. You know, like, you just know you helping and defending people. You just was doing it, you know, the right, wrong way, differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it looked like. Some people don't, like, and I think people that, like you said, have multiple things like that, right? Because I've done a lot of different jobs too. And that's just the space of trying to figure out what it is that you're doing. Like, you'll do everything until you figure out your thing. You know what I mean? And then once you figure out your thing, you can hone into it and lock in, and you can move and you can go. Once you figured out that I am doing all these different jobs, but in these jobs, I'm being this help. Yeah. And then now that I've grown and I've matured, I see the help coming my way too, and it's helping the growth even more. So where we at right now? Now we got a book. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be the president one day.
But now when MB said it, remember how both of us said with the book, we read a certain piece and then we done with it. That's kind of how the jobs was too.
Yep.
Because I always say now, like after 2 years, 3 years, I leave a job. Sometimes it's not even because nothing bad. I'm just done with it. I got what I needed from it, and it's time to grow.
Yep.
So I think all of them jobs gave me a piece of something to help me help other people where I am today.
Yep.
So when somebody come to me and say, man, look, I'm trying to be a entrepreneur. Okay, we got that, you know. Shout out to Uncle Eddie, man. That was my first job ever with Makunu. I can connect you with somebody that can do that. Oh, I want to be a teacher. Oh, yeah, I've done that. Oh, actually, I worked at a school too. See, I forgot all about that too. So I got a whole list of jobs. So I worked at a school, foundation school in Largo, one of the toughest schools, last before you get locked up. So I get to take all them different pieces and say, man, look, I've been there. I can show you how to do that. So that's the fun part, bro. Yeah.
What I will say is what I heard was I heard a lot of pain, right? Too.
Yeah.
And for those that are listening, and especially young folks, when you are looking at leaders or people who have the experience to give you the tools that you need to move to the next level, just be mindful. There's a lot of pain that come behind that. There's a lot of loneliness because when you're doing things that are different. Everybody didn't see things your way. Yeah. You know, especially when you started to move away from
transition.
the bullshit, that transition.
Yeah.
You were by yourself.
That transition, man, look, so I always been connected to the community. I guess that's an easy way to say it. So I'm going to say AKA the hood or AKA around the way. So that's still my space. That's still my comfort zone. You know, my most peaceful space right now for real be like going down the farms and watching the games. Like that's my zone. And those who don't know what the farms is, that's down Bury Farms where the Goodman League is, and we get to watch the basketball. But so it's crazy that once I start making a transition, some people just stop rocking with me. Like I seen it. Like, oh. And I don't know if it was because God forgive me. Some of them had told me why, like, man, I can't really rock with you because I don't want to be seen with you when you going here. And I just be like, nah, I need you closer to me because we going there. Yeah. And then there was some dudes that I would just step away and I would see them later on and they'd be like, man, good stuff. I like what you're doing. I'm like, okay, well, at least I know it ain't no nothing negative there. Then there was some dudes who I would know that it ain't right. Like something ain't right here. Like you really doing some sideline hating. And that's the second time we spoke on that today on purpose. And I'm gonna talk about something later with that. So as you separate, man, sometimes you gotta watch. You gotta watch who there with you. You gotta, like Shane said, man, you gotta know who gonna be there for you genuinely.
Yeah. That takes heart. That takes heart to
and
really,
it hurt
to step away from what you're used to and to be looked at like you're something different. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't want to be anything different. I want to be like my family. But
I think it take more heart. I think that's the easy part, Frank.
Okay.
I think it take more heart to go to the unknown.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, I think we're saying the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just to be different than what everybody is used to doing. So, at a boy for that, yo, your initiatives, 2 cents, man. Get into it.
Our 2 cent, man. This is crazy, yeah. So our 2 cent is the new nonprofit, man. Boys to Bow Ties will forever be a program. So it's a program under our 2 cent. So don't ever think that I got rid of Boys to Bow Ties. It's just not a nonprofit. It's just a program now. But our 2 cent, if you went to the website right now, that's the number 2 cent. The first thing you see on it, and we ain't playing this in this conversation, Joe. The first thing you see on it is help.
Yo, wow.
That's crazy. Yeah. We sitting here talking about. So our 2 cent is for civil and economic rights for people inside the Beltway, Prince George's County, and D.C. Anything involved around help. So we kind of case manage them through the process. Say if you, Frank, say, man, look, man, I need a new job and I don't know what to do. So we would take an intake form, see what you like to do, the little assessment, connect you with Employee Prince George's and say, man, look, and Employee Prince George's, I would check with their staff and say, did Frank come? Oh, he came? Did he need anything else? I go to you, Frank, say, Frank, did you fill out the paperwork? Did you got everything you need? So because what happens in the inner city or inside the Beltway, because we wasn't taught and we didn't have the proper resources, we don't know, one, where they are,
right,
where the resources are, and two, we don't know how important they are to follow up with what they say do, and then we lose trust and lose interest. Like, oh, man, they ain't going to help me, man. I went up there last week, man. They ain't hit me back yet. You know how many times I heard something like that? Like, no, bro, call him. No, I ain't calling him, man. Or I talk to the staff, like, why you ain't reach out to him, man? I told him to bring the paperwork back. He ain't bring it. So, look, we going to help put that. Then Miguel might say, man, look, man, I'm having issues with the kids at home, man. So we would do the same thing. Take Miguel to social services and do the exact same process. Shane might say, man, look, man, this girl getting on my nerves. Mm-hmm. So we'd take him to the council set. It's just, all we doing is being the case management for people that either don't know where the resources are or don't trust the resources or just never engaged enough to do it.
Got you.
I think if we did that as a community, if this joint really do what it's supposed to do with our 2 cent, we'll see that we got the same probability of being great as people that got money and resources. Yep. So that's all it is.
So our community has a lot of distrust in big government.
Yeah.
And so how have you and your team been able to fight that when you got guys and ladies saying, okay, man, look, I ain't doing all that. How have you been able to combat that?
The only way is proof in the pudding, man. So I would have to literally just be vulnerable. Yeah. I got to show them, look, I've been through this too. Yeah. Bring in somebody else, bring in y'all in. Like, look, they've been through this too, but this is how we did it. Yeah. We went through this step, and this step. And you missing 2 of them steps, and you want the same thing that we got. No, you got to go through these steps. Yeah. So we just showed them, man, and never let go. DC used to have a joint, and I think it was nationwide when we was little, No Child Left Behind.
Right.
It's almost the same concept, man. We ain't going to leave nobody behind. If you fall off or we fall off for a month, it's both our responsibilities. Now we just pick up where we left off and say, man, look, let's get that paperwork back, take it back up to the social services, let's fix it.
There you go.
So we just got to prove the model, man. Here go the example I use on that. You know how many times you been to McDonald's and them fries was nasty?
Yeah.
You still went back.
Yeah.
You still went back.
I'm about to say, we don't trust big government, but we love them checks the first of the month.
This is true.
Yeah.
All of them, not just the first of the month. Every check that they handing out right now.
That's true.
Yeah,
trust me, I used to buy. I wasn't in the system, but I buy them food stamps. 100 get you, 50 get you 100
every time.
You know,
every time. Thanks for the transparency. And if anybody want to respond to that, hit me offline.
There we go.
Anybody got some food stamps to say?
So how can our listeners and supporters reach out and support your initiatives, one, and two, and if they need help in those parts of their life, how can they reach out to you?
Man, you know, I always say this, man, and it'd be funny, man. You know, reach out to the root cause, man.
Right.
Reach out to Underground Lab,
There we
man. Let us do it, you know, as a collaborative. You know,
Okay.
I can easily say, reach out to me, you know, on all my platforms, but I want it to be organic. If you really want to do it, man, reach out to the squad that you're listening to, and we can do it together. It's so much easier. Like, your network is your net worth.
That's
my
right.
favorite quote.
That's
so
right.
it'd be easy so somebody that's listening that knows Shane to say, man, what Slim really do? That saves me time on
Right.
trying to prove myself. So Shane can, you know, validate, and Shane can connect it, and we can move forward, and Shane can ask, did you help Slim out? So that just helps us. So I'd rather you go through the squad that you learned, that you met us from, so we can all grow, versus just me trying to just do it myself.
And we gonna definitely put all the information up there within the episode and things like that, so y'all can click on links and all that things like that. But one thing you will do, you ain't gonna just shoot this to us. Tell them how they can get this book.
Oh yeah, no question, which also went through the Underground Lab.
It did.
Shout out to the Underground Lab. Amazon, man. You know, you can either hit Amazon. Don't forget your father. It'll come clean up. I think I seen my wife put it in both of mine, and I'm sure they're gonna put it on the YouTube channel as far as the link. Or you can go to my website, you know, www.bjpaige. That's BJPAIGE.com. Everything is there, man. Matter of fact, if you please go there, also click my YouTube channel. Brand new relaunch. It's growing. It look weak right now, but we just redid it last week, man. So don't hop on later when I got 10,000 followers. Just do it now while I got 10 followers. Please.
So before we wrap it up, let's get into the state of Prince George's County, man. I want to know, what is your thought process on the state of where we live at? You know, Prince George, where are you from? What's the state of Prince George's County?
From what viewpoint? Community or politics?
All of it. In as quick as you can. You ain't got to go
I'm
that far.
I don't mind going into it.
Let's get
'Cause
there.
I know
then.
you was trying to protect me just now.
Let's get there.
From the community side, I think we're in the best space we could be in, man. PG County, and they hate when we say it because they want us to say Prince George's County or gorgeous Prince George's, and that's cute and all. But I'm from PG County.
There we go.
You know what I mean? That's where I'm from. And when KD put PG and proud on his shoes, all of a sudden it's okay. Everybody PG and proud.
County, yeah.
Nah, we all from PG County, including KD. But for the community side, I think we're doing great, man. I think there's a lot of redevelopment happening because of gentrification in DC. You know, we getting a lot of growth behind that because we always 10 years behind DC. I don't know why. I do know why. So I'm watching things blossom, man. Like, I think all of us gonna be in good space if we stay strong and connected. If you think about how Woodmore and Bowie area kind of grew as the Black Mecca in America over the last 20 years, soon it's gonna be the whole county,
Right.
the Black Mecca.
There we go.
So community-wise, I think we're doing great. Politics-wise, we didn't add that, you know. That's a piece of my resume.
That is a big piece.
You know, I ran
Big
for
piece.
public office, man. I probably won't do it again right now because I'm focused on, I think me and Frank talked about that the other day. I'm focused on what I need to do myself. But politics-wise, man, I think we better be afraid,
Okay.
politics-wise. I don't think we have the proper representation in certain levels of government in Prince George's County. So for those that's listening, you can pick and choose how you want to take that. I'm not talking about any particular leadership. I'm just saying collectively. I don't think they have the best interests of the community sometimes. I think they got best interests in self, trying to get their next position, trying to prove their worth to get the next position versus proving their worth of doing what's right for the people. There's a reason why Marion Barry was so successful in D.C. He was always going to do what's right for the people. And for those who ever try to down him, they really can't. Because the people going to always say, oh, nah, he did right for me and mine. He built the businesses up. He made sure we had jobs. He made sure the kids were straight. He did what's right for the people. So ultimately, the people did what's right for him. if you notice the trend in Prince George's County, man, you only see some of these people when they in office.
Or running.
Yeah, or running. Like, you don't see them when they not in office. Like, where you come from? Oh, I've been here for 20 years. Well, then why ain't nobody heard from me? Go do the work.
Right.
I ain't saying I'm Big S. Like, I ain't the Big S. But I know if you ask somebody about me, they gonna tell you that hey, Slim been doing that.
There we go.
He been trying to help people a long time. And I think that should be the representation that we have. Somebody that's trying to help.
So I think we barely got a little bit of BJ Page today. We talk love and marriage. No, I'm not talking about the show. We talking about real love and marriage. We talk Don't Forget Your Father. We talk his other initiatives, PG County. We got a little bit of BJ Page today, man. We appreciate you for coming through.
Man, love y'all, man.
And showing us love and showing our listeners love and supporters love. And we hope that our listeners and supporters become your listeners and supporters too.
Yeah, man. That'll be a blessing, man.
Here at the Root Calls, we like to talk about had the hard conversations. Me and you just had a hard conversation not too long ago. But here we love to do that because we know that it is necessary. Fellas, let's close this out, brother.
Listen here. We gave y'all, I'm glad BJ on here because we ain't just out here just trying to push books, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a taste of the man behind the book, and you could get a little piece of the heart and the mental and everything that went into this book, his motivations and everything. And you see this is a genuine dude right here. And things like that always make you want to support it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I found out that Meg Thee Stallion was actually in college, I supported her a little bit more.
My God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I liked her a little bit. Real talk, I liked her a
I
little bit
get that.
more. You know what I'm saying? Not on no host, you know what I'm saying? Not because she bad. I'm serious. Like, when I found that, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I can get behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different when you get you get down to the heart of a man. And we got a good piece of the heart of the man right here. Brother, we love you.
Love y'all too, man.
Always, you know what I'm saying? And hey, we're gonna keep this thing going because you know BJ gonna be back. I always say, once we come the first time, you ain't no guest no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but next
Pour my
time,
own drink.
Next time you gonna, that gonna right, you gonna pour your own drink. And next time you gonna be on this side, you ain't gonna be over there by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, this is we live right now. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in to us live. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Remember, every Sunday we record this. And every Sunday you can watch us live. You can get all the little background, behind the scenes stuff that y'all don't hear on the actual podcast on Tuesday. Tuesday the podcast drops on all your listening platforms, Apple, Spotify, and whatever else you listen to.
Hit the QR code.
Yes.
Hit the QR code. Now let me give a disclaimer about the QR code, okay? The QR code on the Underground Lab will give you notifications to everything that the lab got going on. So every time the new radio, one of the stations go live or they on the air, things like that, when we go on with other podcasts going on. So just understand that when you get it, because some people might be, we about to get to the point where we'll have just a QR code for the individual shows and things like that, because you might not want notifications for all of that stuff. I just want to give y'all the disclaimer so y'all know that every time your phone go off, it ain't just the Root Calls. It's everything we got. But go ahead, definitely get that QR code. We got that posted. DJ Shane posted. I posted. We're going to put it up again so y'all can see. We're going to keep that circulating. Some people was like, how am I supposed to get the QR code when I'm on my phone?
Yeah.
So one way you could do that is get somebody else to pull a code up, and then you use your phone to get it, and then y'all swap it out. It's ways you just got to think outside the box and figure it out. But if you don't want to deal with the QR code, go to the Underground Lab.
We'll send you the link.
And we'll send you the link. Tag on it.
Shout out to our engineer today, man, on the board.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Good
My
job
guy,
back there.
Frankie the Third.
Hey, shout out my little man for the comedy section.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
And so-
all y'all dirty-minded people, I know y'all was at with that cat joke.
Meowton.
We out.
We out.
All love. Peace.